and salutations. Oh, wow. Favorite childhood memory. I'm not sure I could pick out one moment out of the past and say, yes, this is truly my favorite one. I have like a Snapchat story that just rolls through my mind every time somebody says, pick a favorite. It just doesn't happen. I could tell you some of the highlights and okay, so my dad is from Ohio and my mom is from North Carolina. They met because he was in the military and she worked at the commissary on post here in Fayetteville. It's actually Fort Bragg. Remind me someday and I'll tell you about their romance because it is truly one of the best stories I've ever heard. And they be working on 54 years come this April, so they must be doing something right. So I remember the yearly trips to Ohio to see my dad's family. It was either Ohio for Christmas or Ohio for part of the summer, one or the other, never both. My dad comes from a fairly standoffish family, and my mom comes from a family that shares everything. Everything? Yes, everything. My grandparents' house in Ohio was awesomely cool. They had a basement. And that was a really big deal for two girls that came from our neck of the woods because you don't have basements here. And it was a finished basement, which we were just kind of allowed to run free in. And, well, the reason for that, not so grand, my grandmother really, really, really disliked girl kids. She favored my boy cousins over the girls. So, yeah. And then she ended up with just 2 great-grandsons, I think. Or grandsons, and the rest of us are girls. I thought that was hilarious. But whatevs. But the thing I remembered most were the drives up. We would pack up like super early in the morning. And on many of those travels, my sister and I were in the back of a pickup truck, you know, one of those at the cover on it. And, yeah, we would pretend that we were in a covered wagon, headed out west. We would create little caves inside of it. I mean, we just had the best times ever on those trips. But you see what I mean? It's not just one moment. It's like a whole series of them that are all connected in my head. Then I can think about when my dad was stationed in Korea for a while, and the excitement of getting a package, because those packages had cassette tapes in it, and that was the best feeling ever. My mom, my sister, and I, we would all sit down and just listen to him talk to us, and he would record daily. Like, it would be, he would come home from his job in Korea, and sit down and record what happened that day. Sometimes you would hear the tape and say, Peggy, you might want to send the girls out for this. And then I'm assuming that once Mom heard what he had to say, then she would call us back in so that way we could listen to the rest of the tape. But even better than that is he would actually read us bedtime stories. And he would say, okay, I'm getting the book out for bedtime stories, so this is the book. Play this part when you guys get ready to go to sleep for the night. Or I remember summers camping with all of my generation's cousins, plus occasionally friends. My mom had to be the bravest woman on the face of the planet because she would take her 2, that's me and my sister, whatever dogs we had at that time, and somewhere between 5 to 7 other kids, and we were all under the age of I'm the oldest one of my group, and we were doing it from the time I was 7 or 8, so from 7 and 8 down. And she would take us to the beach, and they would set the the pop-up camper is what we had, and they would set it up. My dad would drive us down, set it up. My aunts would come and drop off their kids, and we would be there for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time. It was either to the beach or to a little campground that's about an hour away from our house. And yeah, I'm not joking when I say we would be there for weeks at a time. We really would be. And yeah, basically her sisters used her as a summer daycare sleepover camp, but it's all good. My mom loved it. Or Easters. Easter Sundays and having the entire family come over for an all-day event full of fun-filled, crazy times. That would include, you have, of course, the little kids, the innocent eyes when they find an egg and they're looking at it. That look that littles get when they find that Easter egg and they know that they can get it, they can pick it up, or seeing them pick it up. Those are some really cute memories that I have. And of course, there's the newer version, which is full contact egg hunts with thieving. And I'm not joking when I say full contact. I think year before last, they actually, somebody souffled or power drived or some type of wrestling move. Don't ask me what, I don't know. Trampoline hijinks, and of course, egg fights. We've had a couple of those. We had a couple of those over the years. And there's always tons of food because this family knows how to eat. Give me a And, oh, I know one. Now, I can't say it's my favorite moment, but it is one moment that happened when I was little. And so it's not a Rolodex of images that are just going around. I'm calling myself crazy when I think about it. There's a time when my dad, my sister, and I, we would roughhouse. And my dad would always take us on 2 against 1 because it's 2 of us against him. And then there's one moment I remember is we were wrestling. Dad had my sister pinned. And all of a sudden, he, stood up really fast, and he was dancing around, and he was holding his butt. His backside, his butt, whatever you want to call it. And that was because my dog, Jack, didn't like it when he pinned us and when he was roughhousing with us, so he bit his hiney. And there, I came up with a single memory. I'm so proud of myself. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Those of you who are off on the weekends, have a great weekend. And peace, love, and tons of glitter. Bye.